today I'm going to be showing you how to do the layering of tissues for the cut mouth that I did on the clown look. And we're going to be using tissues and school glue. Okay, and I'm going to start by putting down a layer of school glue. I use my fingers, but you could use a makeup brush that you don't need, or that you can wash out, that you use for FX looks, etc. I'm just going to put down a layer of glue, and I'm going to wrap it around my mouth because we're going to be doing a cut mouth and you're going to want it to come over the mouth a little bit. So I'm going to take a tissue and I'm going to pull it apart, and I'm going to rip it in half, and I'm going to take that and rip it almost in half. I'm going to take a chunk of it and I'm just going to lay that down. And then we're going to let that set before we tear off the edges, and we're going to take our school glue and we're going to do a little zigzags across it, and we're going to blend that into the same place we put down school glue before we put down the tissue. And we're going to want to keep it as smooth as possible. And you should be able to tear off the edges pretty easy. And it shouldn't be too big of a hassle. I got some of the fumes from the school glue in my eye. Do not turn the school glue near your eye when you go to put it on. And now I'm going to switch to the clear glue because it doesn't have the same type of fumes that are so strong that burn your eye. I just use the white glue for the base layer. And if there's any background noise, I'm sorry. I am at my aunt's this weekend, so. Be careful or the tissues will stick to your hands. as you go, just trying to keep the edges smooth as possible. I went ahead and tore off the pieces I didn't need on the bottom. And I'm going to do the same to the top once I get it firmly down. I'm going to take scissors and I'm going to clip off the top. I'm going to smooth down the edges with glue. And I'm going to let those few layers dry as I move on to the other side. And then we're going to go back in with more layers as we go. And then we use the white glue again and just form a layer. Oops. And you're kind of going in a triangle, like starting at your mouth. And then putting on your layer of tissue. And then we're going to tear off our excess. And then after that, we're going to go in with the clear glue. And then we're going to go in with our next layer. And then I'm going to take the scissors again. And clip off the excess. Before I lay the rest down. Okay. I'm kind of clipping around the lips right now on that right side since it's dry-ish. And you want to keep the edges as smooth as possible. I'll wait till that dries some more to take that edge off. And I'm going to add another layer to this side. And we're breaking apart, tearing up another tissue. Now we're tearing off this top piece. And we're going to take the glue and smooth out the edges. Okay. And since this side is dryish, we're going to go in with more layers on it. And then smoothing out the edges again. And then we're going to let both sides dry, and then we'll go into clipping. Right now I'm going to kind of take my scissors and clip around the edges. That's not wanting to work. I'm just going to tear it off. And you're going to want to hold your base as you do it. There we go. And if anything comes up, just take and peel it back and add a little bit of glue. And lay it back down. And now we're just going to take the tips of the scissors and push a bit to start a beginning for when we get a clip. Okay. Just gonna fan it. And start clipping to make a opening. That needs to dry a bit more. Yeah, it definitely needs to dry a bit more. But you can see the idea that we have going on here. We have the edges clipped and we're going to peel back a little bit as we go. And then if you want to see how to shade it and make it look kind of realistic, you can go to my cotton candy clown video that should be right before this one. I'm probably going to post a monochrome kind of look in the next few days. So thank you guys for watching, and hit the subscribe button below if you want to see more of what I'm gonna post.